What is up, my fellow subbots? I know it's kind of a jump scare that all of a sudden I'm just using my voice on a video, but I just really can't be bothered with pasting text, endless amounts of text on this video so I can just shoot words out of my mouth faster. So, as the one person who actually gives a damn, remember, last year I did the National Railway Historical Society's rail camp for the 2025 summer season out of the University of Delaware, and honestly, it was an amazing experience, and after that, I wanted more, so I saw online, and that's where I came across Michigan Tech's Tracks to the Future, one of the university's many summer youth programs. So as a natural response, I applied, got into the program, and started making plans for a full-fledged trip pretty far from my home. Michigan Tech was located in a small city on the Upper Peninsula known as Houghton, Michigan, and obviously being such a small city, you couldn't just fly directly to it from Newark. The only real option was to do a connecting flight through Chicago here, which we tried to avoid to the best of our ability, but kind of just folded for. Now, naturally, I obviously want to see all the trains in Chicago, mainly thanks to Rai Productions for idolizing the city a bit too much for me. So, in addition to this trip to Michigan Tech, we planned out a day in Chicago, which mostly just involved 4 hours of rail fanning with my buddy Chicago area rail fan. We agreed to meet up at the Metro Laverne station on the BNSF racetrack, mainly because around noon, not only would a CN local come around, which commonly sported an IC Death Star, there would be a large parade of Amtrak trains after 2 p.m., and to top it all off, Metro 211, the Burlington Heritage Unit, would eventually show up at some point. So, on June 18th, 2026, we set out to begin this 10-day long adventure, maybe like 8 and 2 travel days.
Will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line. The next inbound train approaching your station will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line. not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line. The next inbound train approaching your station will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line. Beginning Saturday, June 11th through Sunday, June 21st, the Hollywood Zoo station will be closed due to construction. Passengers are encouraged to board trains in Brookfield or Riverside as alternate boarding stations. Behind the yellow line. Train approaching your station will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line. The next inbound train approaching your station will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line. train approaching your station will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line. The next inbound train approaching your station will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line. approaching your station will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line. The next inbound train approaching your station will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line.
Sadly, I did have to leave around 2 p.m. because I did have other plans for the day, and I just missed everything else I was hoping to see. Yeah. But I did give Chicago one last little good hurrah before I left. Obviously, after main course, you want dessert, so I went to Ogilvy Transportation Center to just get a few more caches. And after that, on the 20th, it was time to set out for Houghton for the main event. After arriving in Houghton, most of the stuff we did at Michigan Tech was either simply something introductory or something that would be of absolutely zero interest to my sub-bots. On Tuesday, we did set out for a 2-night trip in the Superior Duluth area in both Wisconsin and Minnesota, and to be during those 2 nights already halfway into the week as some of the most interesting parts of the camp would actually happen. On Wednesday, the 23rd of June, we'd set out for the BNSF Superior Yard for our first tour. This tour was strikingly similar to what we did in Wilmington for Rail Camp last year. However, obviously this is freight oriented, unlike the Amtrak shenanigans going on in Wilmington.
but this could either be really good or really bad, depending.
Yo, they made a standoff. Yo, the BN unit's over there.
Yeah.
It's closer. It's in like actually good photo range.
Yeah.
Yo, can you send me that?
Yeah, because of how long. Oh my god. Why is it that long?
This is what we came here for, though. Yeah, we came here for.
And it's gonna stop again. Alright, well.
Yeah, he's letting the TN go. He's letting the TN. I just realized all the characteristics before he does
It keeps going that way.
Oh, they're coupling.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I just said.
There's no way they're coupling up to that.
Yes, they are.
Oh, I gotta get a video of this.
I guarantee it.
Oh, it's
And then those two logos right there that we saw earlier, they're probably gonna couple up to that and pull it.
Well,
Big ass load.
they're probably pulling it that way so that those locomotives can get to the front and local switch it.
Loco switch it?
Local switch it, like local switching.
I think they were moving forward so the gap is smaller.
Why would they need a gap?
Hydraulic ramp system that drives each one of the tracks. This machine weighs about 400,000 pounds itself, and there is an operator up in the cab here, and we're reclaiming about 2,000 to 2,200 tons of pellets an hour. And this is going, these pellets here are going up onto the belt line and actually going into the Niagara. From here it takes about 25 minutes for any pellet that you see right now for it to make it all the way down to the ship.
Isn't there a similar version of this that actually mines and it's the biggest land vehicle on the planet?
Yeah, there are larger versions. These are actually pretty small by what's current industry standard. I think some of the larger, extremely large sizes are in the German brown coal fields up in northern Germany. But by industry standards, these are very, very small. But that's exactly what that they fit our.
Look at all the red water from all the iron. Why is the water red?
Okay, this is an area that we We set out for Duluth on the 24th, and about after that, the whole afternoon was just spent driving home after we toured Duluth Cargo Next and the Lake Superior Museum.
Hopefully the geese aren't going to be mad when we walk around. They float into a golf cart, crack windshield. Yeah, well, let's get a good picture. They're a bunch of fun. This is actually easy to go back to there.
These big ass hills.
Boxcars through there.
Big.
What are
Big
these
ass.
big hug ships?
Ships.
What are these big trucks?
Alright, let's go to the rail dock out that way real quick.
What are these big canisters for?
They're all shackles. You hook up your big straps.
What?